Yes, respected friends, welcome you all. Hope you had a great day of remembering Bhagavan Sri Vedavyasa yesterday. Sri Vedavyasa Jayanti Guru Purnima. Friends, we are lucky, we are blessed to study so many Upanishads. One of the wonderful of them, the Chandogya Upanishad. How many have these blessings and opportunity? You just can see. Here we are seated not only to study the Upanishad academically because we are committed to study all the 11 Upanishads, but we are also studying with the jignasa that we want to know exactly what is said by our rishis through these shastras in our Sanatana Dharma. Not only we want to know intellectually, but we also want to do the said sadhanas so that we can truly see that we are growing spiritually. So, with that commitment, with that spashtata, with that love, with that respect and attentiveness, let us try our best by focusing to study this glorious Chandogya Upanishad. In this, we are seeing in the first Adhyaya, first Khanda, the Pranava, the Omkara, the Udgita Mahima, so that we are convinced to take up this Udgita Omkara for our alambana of the Paramatma. So, Upasana is very necessary, alambana is required, the Udgita is the best of the alambana. Shruti Mata, Paramaguru Shankara, trying their best to bring to our cognition the greatness of this Omkara in this Upanishad along with its Mahima told in many other Upanishads, Shastras, Puranas, Bhagavad Gita, etc. Collecting this data, pondering over it, understanding and accepting the Mahima Omkara, now we have to take, already you might have started the Omkara Upasana. Keep on doing it. It will give its own wanted, expected results of one side here, the Antakarana Shuddhi, second side, the grace and blessings of that Paramatma whom this Om represents. So, 8 mantras we have seen, 2 more are there in the Prathamaha Khandaha. So, let us enjoy it with a relaxed mind but focused intellect, sharp intellect. Let us see how Bhagavan Adi Shankara guiding us to understand this glorious Upanishad. After that, we'll also have our Vedic chanting, the MANYU Suktham number 2 from the ATHARVANA Veda, invoking that MANYU Bhagavan's Krupa for our Samrakshana from all the Shatrus. For us now, once we are spiritually inclined, no more or lesser are the outer Shatrus. Inner Shatrus are the ones which we have to combat and defeat. So seeking, that's how the Krupa of the Manyu Bhagavan. Not only for us, but also for the Desha, for the Dharma, for the entire humanity, for entire the universal oneness, goodness, peace, and for the elimination of all those who disrupt these things. That we are chanting Manyu Suktam. Okay. Then we will go for our Gayatri Mantra. Rishi today, MOUDGALYA Rishi Mantra, we will chant. Then we have our couple of minutes just going through some common sense thought. So this is how this 1 hour 15 minutes we are giving it to ourselves to do the best. Here we are. Let us start with the Shanti mantra, the Guru Parampara mantras, then the Sankalpa, then the Upanishad Parayana, then Upanishad Adhyanam. Start. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhya. Om Yairime Gurubihi Purvam Padavakya Pramanatah Vyakhyatāh Sarva Vedantāh Tān Nityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayinam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarvalokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalam Sphatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. Om Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Lokashankaram. Om Jagati Mavitum Karita Krutayo Vicharanti Mahamahasachalataha Ahimam Shurivatra Vibhasi Guru Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Guru Pungava Pungava Ketanate Samatamayataam Nahi Kopi Sudhihi Sharanagata Vatsala Tattva Nidhe Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyaadilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Parabrahmane Shruti MAATRE Samasta Brahma Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Chandogya Upanishad Acharyebhyo Namaha. Sankalpaha Tesham Sarvesham Kripa Anugrahena Upanishadukta Brahmatmaikya Bodhena Asmin Kshane Eva Moksha Kaivalya Praptyartham Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa Santavang Mayokta Sadhya Sadhana Anubhava Siddhyartham Tatrokta Rishimuni Guru Devata Darshana Anugraha Anubhava Praptyartham Sanatana Dharmasya Vaidika Haindava Samskrutehe समस्त शास्त्राणां ज्ञान भक्ति योग वैराग्यादि मार्गाणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरादीनां पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थम विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम सनातन धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञ याग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थना दीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य शाश्वत रूपेण वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये सामवेदान्तर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओमथ सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषद ओमत पूज्य आद्य शंकर भगवत्पाद कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकः। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। उपनिषदः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः। ओम ओमित्येतदक्षरम् उद्गीतम् उपासीत ओम इति हि उद्गायते तस्य उपव्याख्यानम्। येषां भूतानां पृथिवीरसः पृथिव्या आपो रसः अपाम् ओषधयो रसः ओषधीनां पुरुषो रसः पुरुषस्य वाग्रसः वाचः ऋग्रसः रुचः सामरसः साम्नः उद्गीतः रसः स एष रसानागं रसतमः परमः परार्ध्यः अष्टमः अयमुद्गीतः। कतमा कतमर्क कतमत् कतमत् साम कतमः कतम उद्गीत इति विमृष्टं भवते। वागेव रुक प्राणः साम ओम इति एतदक्षरम् उद्गीतः तद्वा एतत् मिथुनं यद्वाक् च प्राणश्च ऋक् च साम च तदेतत् मिथुनम् ओम इति एतस्मिन् अक्षरे सगं सृज्यते। यदा वै मिथुनौ समागच्छत आपयतो वै तौ अन्योन्यस्य कामम् आपयिताः वै कामानां भवते। य एतदेवं विद्वान् अक्षरमुद्गीतमुपास्ते तद्वा एतदनुज्ञाक्षरं यद्धि किञ्च अनुजानाति ओमिति एव तदाह। एष एव समृद्धिर्यदनुज्ञा समर्थयिताः वै कामानां भवति। य एतदेवं विद्वान् अक्षरमुद्गीतमुपास्ते तेनेयं त्रयी विद्या वर्तते। ओमिति आश्रावयति ओमिति शगंसति ओमिति उद्गायति। एतस्यैव अक्षरस्य अपचित्यै महिम्ना रसेन तेन उभौ कुरुतः। यश्च एतदेवं वेद यश्च न वेद नानातु विद्या च अविद्या च यदेव विद्यया करोति श्रद्धया उपनिषदा तदेव वीर्यवत्तरं भवति इति खलु। एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य उपव्याख्यानं भवति। These 10 minutes of our Namaskara to the Rishis and Gurus. Our chanting of the Upanishad is a very good practice for becoming familiar and also to enter into this line of study of the Upanishads in our mind and intellect. While knowing the meaning, if you chant, it is much better. Like you see, Apyayantu Mamangani in general, the whole body has to be healthy for all activities, mainly this Brahma Vidya Upanishadya. In that also, Vak Pranaha, the Vani to ask questions, Vani for the Guru to speak. Prana is required as energy source. Then Chakshuhu Shrotram, the eye is required to look at the book, ears to listen to the Satsanga. Atho Balam and the strength at all these levels. Indriyani Sarvani, Manabuddhi Chitta Hankara also have to be fully engrossed in this endeavor. What is the whole purpose? Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Everything is Brahman as said by the Upanishad. That Brahman in the intellectual understanding, in the practice of it, in the anubhuti of it, in the establishment of it. May I not reject that Brahman. Maham Brahman Nirakurya. May that Brahman also, as I am pursuing him, may he also come closer to me and reveal to me. May that Brahman also do not do the Nirakarana of me. Mama Brahma Nirakarot. And there is no third thought in me. These two only. I don't do the Nirakarana of Brahma, means I do the Svikarana of the Brahman. And the Brahman should not do my Nirakarana, thus the Brahman should do Svikarana of me. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakaro. The feeling while chanting this should be like we are the river and the Brahman is the ocean. How, without doing the Nirakarana of the ocean, the river merges in the ocean. And when the river is coming into itself, the ocean also welcomingly receiving. So, by all my means, I am doing Svikarana of the Brahman, trying to embrace him. And I am praying to that Brahman to do my Svikruti and embrace me. See, that feeling should come inside. Then, will it happen just like that mechanically? No, we have to be qualified for it. The qualifications are Tadatmani Nirate Ye Upanishad Sudharmaha Te Mai Santo. Like that, when we have that meaning also contemplated while chanting, then this chanting is meaningful. Now we started studying the mantras one by one, one by one. We have come up to the eighth mantra. Up to this, the Omkaras, variety of the Mahimas are told. Gunas are told. Now the Omkara Stuti is done by the Shruti Mata. In the ninth mantra, which we are supposed to study, we have started yesterday. For this ninth mantra, the Bhashyakara Sambandha Bhashya is Atha Idanim means now Aksharam Stauti. The stuti of this Omkara is done. So far is the gunas of the Omkara, the prayojanas of the upasana of the Omkara, they were specified. Now the stuti, the glorification of this Om is done. Very subtly, very cutely, very completely. But then remember, whether it is Brahma Vidya or Upasana Vidya or Karma Yoga Vidya, it is told. But are we listening or not? We are made to understand by the Guru's teachings. But are we understanding or not? We are trying to made convinced. But are we convinced or not? And we are tried by the Guru and Shastra for us to make us start practicing. Are we practicing or not? Onus is in us, on us. Keep that in mind. So here in a beautiful manner, the stuti is done. Why the stuti again? Same subject. What we are doing from last 8 mantras. Stuti upasyatvat. Because finally the student has to take the Om as the upasya. Upasana alambana. Therefore, for us to take the Om as Upasana Alambana, Prarochanartham, to create that Rochana, the Ruchi, the taste in it, so that we are inspired to do that, that the stuti is done by Shruti Mata of this Udgitaha, of this Omkaraha. So, Ata Idanim Akshara means Udgitam, Stuti means Stuti is done of it, Upasyatvat Prarochanartham, to do the Prarochana in us more and more, so that we take it as the Upasana Alambana. Katham, how? This way. Let us chant it. तेनेयं त्रयी विद्या वर्तते तेनेदं त्रयी विद्या वर्तते ओमित्याश्रावयते ओमित्याश्रावयते ओम इति शकुंसते ओम इति शकुंसते ओम इति उद्गायते ओम इति उद्गायते एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य अवचित्यै अवचित्यै महिम्ना महिम्ना रसेन रसेन अगेन तेनेयं त्रयी विद्या वर्तते ओमित्याश्रावयते ओमिति शकुंसते ओमित्युद्गायते एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य अवचित्यै महिम्ना रसेन अगेन तेनेयं त्रयी विद्या वर्तते ओमित्याश्रावयते ओमिति शकुंसते ओमिति उद्गायते एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य अवचित्यै महिम्ना रसेन. Now the word to word meaning, sentence meaning and meaning of study of the meaning with Bhashyam. So beautiful. So first, Tena. Tena means Omkarena. Tena means Udgitena. Tena iyam trayi vidya vartate. This trayi vidya happens. Means the Veda vidya happens. Means in Veda, whatever the vidya means, not only Brahma vidya, in another parlance, vidya also means the Yajnayagadi, Upasanadi also. So Tena iyam trayi vidya vartate means because of this Omkara only, the Vedas are there. Is equal to the Vedokta Yajna are there. So therefore, Vedokta Yajna Karma Adi are existing because of what? The Omkara. So Tena iyam trayi vidya vartate. How? How do you say that? Because Om iti ashravayati, Om iti shagamsati, Om iti udgayati. So, by saying Om only, the ashravanam is done, then shamsanam is done, then udganam also is done. Without that Om, the one who does the ashravanam, the one who does the shamsanam, the one who does the udganam, they don't feel it fulfilling at all. That much is the Om, which is the initiator and push giver for this Ashravanam, for this Shamsanam, for this Udganam. Put together is called Trayividya. Therefore, the Trayividya named Ashravanam and Shamsanam, then Udganam are existing, happening because of this Om only. So, Tena idam Trayividya. Ashravana yukta, Shamsana yukta, then Udgana yukta, Trayi vidya, Tena eva vartate. Because of the Om only they are happening. One meaning, one explanation. Second one. The next one is why these Udganam, Ashravanam and Shamsanam is going on. All of that is going on. The second line में कहते हैं एतस्य एव अक्षरस्य अवचित्यै. All this is done by all the rishis following whatever is said in the Vedas and they do the Yajnayagadi. For what? For the etasya eva aksharasya apachityai. For the apachiti, for the upasana of this akshara only, the Omkar. So by every of the yajnas that are done, what is done is the apachiti of the Omkara only. Avachiti means upasana. Apachiti means propitiation. so that in return the blessings come. So, in the Vidya, these three things are there. These three things are done by the empowerment of the Omkara, and the entire Vidya is done again for the Apachiti, the Upasana of this Akshara only. Second point. So, first one is the Vidya happens because of the Omkara. Second is the Vidya happens for propitiating Omkara. Third thing is what? While practically the Vidya is happening, whatever that are required, the gross and subtle ones, they are also there because of this Om only. That is the last two words, Mahimna Rasena. So therefore, Tena Omkarasya Tasya Omkarasya Mahimna Tasya Omkarasya Rasena. Okay? Therefore, the Mahima is that of Omkara, the Rasa is of Omkara, then the Apachiti is done is also of the Omkara, and basically the Vidya Sambhavana also is because of Omkara. That Vidya in which the Ashravanam, then Shamsanam, then Udganam, these three are there. Now, what is Ashravanam? Is everything is made ready and the hota is told, now the items are ready for you to offer. So to the Ashravanam is invoking the Devatas, telling them, yes, the ahutis are ready, please come and receive. Agni Deva is giving you. Through Agni we are offering to you, please come take. That is Ashravanam. So to Omiti Shamsati, Shagamsati or Shamsati. Shamsati means what? The Prashamsa Ityadi done. Of the devatas, etc., who have come. Then Udgayati means the later on entertainments that are provided for them. They are made happy with various Udgana, etc. These three put together is the Vidya. All of that has come from Omkara only. Sustained because of Omkara only. Happening because of Omkara only. Therefore, Tena Omkarena Eshaha Vidya. Tena Iyam Vidya Vartate. Okay, Tenayam Vidya Vartate. Which Vidya? Ashamsanam, then Ashravanam, Shamsanam and Udganam. Then why doing this? Whom are we propitiating? That is again Asya eva aksharasya apachityai. Etasya eva aksharasya apachityai. So, finally, whichever the devatas we are doing the yajna, they are all nothing but the Akshara Parabrahma Paramatma only. That Paramatma's pratika is Omkara. Therefore, whose apachiti is done is of Om only. Now, these are all told as what? The stuti of the Omkara, so that our respect for Omkara grows, so that we, Narayana, take it for Alambana. Somewhat like Shiva Nama Mahima, somebody tells. Krishna Nama Mahima, somebody tells. Tulsidas so much about the Rama Nama Mahima. Why? The stuti of that Rama Nama is done so that Rochanartham, Prarochanartham, that we get interested in taking that name for the Upasana. Whether it is name, whether it is the form, whether it is the leelas of Devata or whichever the God are told only to create that prarochana in us so that we are doing the upasana of that. All of that is followed by the Omkara Upasana. It is not that Omkara Upasana is something like Krishna Upasana. No. From the Omkara Upasana, later on, the Krishna, the Upasanas have come. At the Purana Itihasa Kala, or whatever the reason. But basically, it is Omkara Upasana. So, therefore, the three portions of this mantra are the first portion is Tena Iyam Vidya Vartate, the three activities of the Vidya. First portion of this mantra. Second is Etasyeva aksharasya apachitya. For the sake of apachiti upasana is Omkara only. All yajnas done by all the Ritviks in the past, present, future. And actually the practical yajna is happening again by the Omkara Paramatma's Mahima and Omkara Paramatma's Rasa. Mahimna Rasena. Now we have told by word meaning, sentence meaning. Now each of the words meaning now we'll study from the Bhashya of the Bhashyakara. Wonderful. Let us start. He says, Tena. Tena means what? Aksharena. Which akshara? Aravai Prakrutena. That which is in the Prakriti. Prakriti means context. That which we are discussing. This Vishay ke sandarbh mein bhi charcha chal raha hai. Prakriti means that we are talking. Now this person, which person? Arey, that person about whom we are talking from last half an hour. Okay. The people are absent-minded. They just listen and suddenly their intellect gets blocked. They get blocked. Then they ask the question to the speaker, about what you are telling? Or about what? I'm telling about the Kashi, last 20 minutes. The Kashi Mahima, I'm telling, acha, okay. In the same way, Tena means Aksharena. What is Aksharena? Prakrutena. That Akshara, Omkara, that Akshara, Udgita, about which the whole first Khanda is discussing, entire first chapter is discussed by that Akshara, by that Omkara, that which is in the context. So, Tena Aksharena Prakrutena. Okay. What happens with that? Iyam, Traividya Vartate is the mantra, na? Iyam Rugvedadi Lakshana Traividya. So the Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, ATHARVANA named Traividya. So Traividya means Veda Vidya. Veda has got two Vidyas. Veda means Vidya. Veda gives two Vidyas. One is the Upasana Vidya, second is the Brahma Vidya. So here we are talking about the Upasana Vidya. So Tena Aksharena, Prakrutena Aksharena, Iyam Rugvedadi Lakshana Traividya. Traividya means Traividya Vihitam Karma Ityartha. Here Traividya means Traividya Vihitam Karma. Because the Veda, whole purpose of it is not only to study and know. It has got the karma to be done. Therefore here, though the sentence says Traividya Vartate, you have to understand as Traividya Rugvedadi Lakshana Traividya Ukta Karma Pravartate or Vartate. Vartate means happens. Why? Nahi Traividya eva ashravanadivir vartate. Because just by chanting ashravayati or shamsati udgayati, by that words there is no meaning. The ashravanam is a karma. Shamsanam is a karma. Udganam is a karma. After the ashravanam, while the shamsanam is going on, the offering of the ahuti also is a karma. Therefore, generally, Traividya means Veda Vidya. Veda Vidya means Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Vidya. Yaju, Sama, Atharvana Veda means the Karma Vidya. Karma Vidya means doing the karma actually. Therefore, the result giving karma happens because of this Omkara. That is the meaning. The karma which we do for the results. Okay, the two results. One results are the outer worldly. Second, for us, the Brahma Vidya interested sadhakas, the karma is for Antakarana Shuddhi. So that phala giving karma happens because of Omkara. So, nahi trayi vidya eva ashravanadivir vartate karma tu tatha pravartate iti prasiddham. Actually, through the Veda, the karma is the one which is indicated always. Every knowledge has to be followed by action, then only it gives result. There is only one knowledge where there is no follow-up of action required, that is about the Brahman. Because Brahman is knowing is being. There is nothing to be done to obtain it because we are already that. But other than that Brahma Vidya, all other Vidyas, whether to get the Brahma Loka, to get the Indra Loka, to get the Urdhva Lokas, or to get the Abhyudaya in this very world, all the Vidyas have to be followed by the karma. So therefore here, Tena Yam Trayi Vidya Vartate is not only the words of the Upanishad Vedas, but the actions indicated by the Veda mantras. Tena Yam Trayi Vidya Vartate. Among so many actions that are indicated by the Vedas, the Yajna is taken as sample here. That also means the Varna, Shrama Vivahara, the values, and any of the good charitable actions, the Punya Karmas, whichever are mentioned in this Trayi Vidya. All of them are Vartate happen because Tena, because of this Omkar. That's what we have to understand. Nahi Trayi Vidya eva Ashravanadvir Vartate, Karmatu Tata Pravartate iti Prasiddham. Okay. Now, Katham Traividya Vartate. Okay, Traividya means karma, we understood. How the Trayi Vidya karma happens because of Omkara. Here it says, Om iti ashravayati. So, we already told you, ashravana means Om means it's a hint for those who are sitting outside. अच्छा अंदर टेबल खाली हो गया जाकर हम बैठ सकते. In those days na hotel छोटे एक आध होते थे. There are only 5 or 6 seats. So people are eating, the others stand outside. Also बड़े बड़े शहरों में in the famous hotels people line लगाते हैं छुट्टियों में. Then inside few tables are emptied. Then the ganti bajti hai, they come. So like that, Om iti ashravayati, the siddhata of all the material and siddhata of the yajna for the ones who have to do and the devatas who have to receive that. By that Om, the ashravanam is done. They are made to listen about the readiness of everything. Everything is ready, everything is prepared. And like the chief chef is told by chef, the assistant chefs, that everything is ready, sir. Means वो सारे सब्जियां काट के सब तैयार रखते हो. He gave some instructions. So they do all of them and they tell it. Om. That means he understands the things are ready. He'll come and do the main final touches, etc. So in this way, Om iti ashravayati. Second one, Om iti shamsati. Starting with Om only, the subsequent prashamsanam is done of the devatas. That you are so and so great, etc. Then, when we have invited, you have come, thank you very much. Then, now you bless us, you will bless us. Your blessings were for us. This is called as Shamsanam. Shamsanam is glorification. When you do the glorification very well, then you add the pra letter, the prefix. That pra means prakarshena, prakruštena. In a very good manner, extensively, exhaustively. Now add both of them, Shamsanam and Pra, it has become Prashamsa. Yeah? That all the things that are given as certificates, they are called as Prashamsa Patra only. Prashamsa Patra is called certification. Certified that so and so has studied 3 years in this college and got graduated. Signed by the chancellor or whoever of that university. Or he is the one who participated in this particular sports meet and he has got this prize, the first prize, second prize, certified. So the Prashamsa Patra, in the Patra, what he has done and achieved, they are mentioned. Through that, he is Prashamsita, that he is certified, he is better than others. Means he has performed and achieved. So all the doctors keep their doctorate certificate in their chamber. Pakka rakhna hai. So that there is known in this university from this year to that year, he studied medicine. Then he went for the higher study through that university in the foreign country. Or then these degrees he has got. हो सके तो 2-4 photos भी वहाँ रखे रहते. So that educated onlookers, oh, this doctor is well educated. In the nameplate itself, all the things are written. What are the things he has studied. Then the certificate also displayed. And then the pictures are displayed. And then with his 10 years, 20 years service, if he has really made the society happy, there some Padma, what do you call them? Padma Shri Vagara comes to him. Or some organization felicitates him or recognizes it. वो भी certificate रखते हैं. What are all of them? The Prashamsa Patra. So therefore, Shamsanam of the Devatas is done with the Om only, who have come. Two things are done. Third one is what? Uh, Shamsati Om iti Udgayati. Om iti Udgayati. The Udganam also is done. The Udganam is giving some entertainment for them, so that they are fully happy. With invitation, they are happy. With the praise, they are happy. With providing some entertainment, they are happy. Now they will sanction whatever the loan we ask, or give the permission, or give the blessings, or any resources. The devatas do it and go. Okay. Now, this Udganam, Ashravanam, Shamsanam. Generally, where are they found extensively? They are all found in a Somayaga. Somayaga is done, in the lots of Somarasa is prepared, then the Devatas are invited, and they are done with the Ahuti, Arpanam, etc. Then they are praised extensively, then the Somarasa, etc. are offered to them, so they feel so happy. They are all very subtle things, so obviously were done in those days. है ना, देवता का इन्वोक करते हो, आके बैठ जाते हो. Then the ahutis are offered to Agnideva. Agnideva is the exchequer or exchanger. He exchanges and gives that result to the Devatas. Devatas are pleased, and then they even bless also. Pratyaksha Rupena Vatata, because of the Abhuta Shraddha they have and the wonderful practicing the yajna as per the instructions. They used to do it. Nowadays, we never follow the instruction, and there is no Shraddha at all. Only vocally we chant the mantra, no dil and dimag at all in that. That is why for us, all yajnas, upasanas means kantha shosha, only tiredness of the throat, and the body's tiredness. That's it. The heart is not involved. The head is not involved. The faith is not involved. That's why we don't experience the arrival of those devatas, and we don't see them receiving and blessing. Yet, Shastrokta sadhanas you are doing. Therefore, even it is done very informally or superficially, still those results come. उस level के results आ ही जाते. And that's how we all are blessed by the devatas only for our sustenance and doings and achievements. And Devata's blessings come through the yajna. So here the lingat cha means these three things, ashravayati, shagamsati, udgayati, they hint to us that here the reference is given about the Somayaga. So among the Traividya, the Rugyeju Samatru Veda, thousands and thousands of yajnas stored. One of them is Somayaga. In that Somayaga, the Devata, the Surya, the Shiva Bhagavan, Soma means Shiva or Chandra, they are invited, and they are the ones who are praised, and to them the Udganam is done. Lingacha means it gives Somayaga iti gamyate. So example में सोमयाग श्रुति माता ने रेफर किया. You can keep it in mind. But it is Somayaga, that's not important. The topic is this Somayaga, in which the Trayi Vidya, Ashravanam, Shamsanam, Udganam is there. All of them happen starting with Om only, empowered by Om only, sanctified, then what do you call, certified by Om alone. And in this way, Tena Yam Traividya Vartate stands explained. Om iti ashravayati, Om iti shagamsati, Om iti udgayati. First portion explained. Second one, Tasya eva aksharasya apachityai. That will be explained now. Then, Tacha karma, that entire Somayaga karma, in which these three things are done, which are done with the empowerment of Omkara, Tacha karma, etasya eva aksharasya apachityai pujartham. Apachit means puja. Therefore, for the apachiti, for the puja of this akshara alone, that yajna karma is done. Therefore, the yajna karma is done empowered by the Omkara itself, and the yajna karma is done for the sake of that Omkara. How do you say that for the sake of Omkara? Because already in the previous Vedas are told by the Rishis that Paramatma who is worshipped through this Yajna-yagadi, he is none but the Omkara itself. Therefore, Paramatma Pratikam hi tatu. अरे पहले बताया ना आपको, the Om is the Paramatma Pratika. Paramatma is incomprehensible by any of the faculties. Therefore, he is as a Pratika standing there, Om. Therefore, whose Upasana is done? Omkara ka hi Upasana. Because he is the Pratika Paramatma, ultimately to whom we address this Upasana. Directly it doesn't reach him. Isn't it? Because he is such a beyond Upadhi's reality. How it reaches? Through some medium. The medium is the Omkara. Omkara is medium is Pratika. Symbol. Like the Trivarna Pataka is the Pratika of the Bharata Mata. So in this way, Paramatma Pratikam hi tatu. Continuation. Tat apachitihi Paramatmana eva sa. Therefore, the apachiti done to Omkara is apachiti done to Paramatma. Apachiti done to Paramatma is apachiti to Omkara only. Therefore, in a way, doubtlessly you can see that the Somayagadi are done as the Upasana of the Pranava only. So the two stages are what? The Omkara ka Upasana ho raha hai. Omkara Upasana is Paramatma Upasana only because they are not two. The Om is Pratika of Paramatma. So Paramatma Pratikam hi tatu tad apachiti Paramatmana eva sa. Therefore, tad apachiti Paramatmana eva. So tad apachiti means sa apachiti Paramatmana eva. Therefore, the entire yajna is done for Om. Om is Paramatma. Therefore, entire yajna is done for Paramatma through the Omkara. Quotation is given from Gita 18th chapter. How? Kim swakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha iti smritehe. In Smriti Shastra, that is Bhagavad Gita, Spashta Rupena it is said, Manavaha siddhim vindati. The human beings get success. How do they get success? By the grace of the Lord. How the grace of the Lord comes? By doing the archana of the Lord. How the archana is done by of the Lord? Swakarmana. So therefore, Swakarmana, by their own Varnashramochita karma, tam abhyarchya, having worshipped that Paramatma, Manavaha, blessed by that Paramatma, Siddhim Vindati, they become successful. Whether it is the materialistic world, all materialistic blessings are coming to us by the same Paramatma with his Anantamaya Shakti. In the spiritual field also, the Siddhi of Atmanubhuti comes blessed by Paramatma because when he reveals, then the Maya goes away, then our oneness with him we experience. This is one of the topmost sloka of Gita. Powerful Gita sloka. Even to quote that, one has to have a little higher level of head and heart. है ना? यतः प्रवृत्तिर्भूतानां येन सर्वमिदं ततं स्वकर्मणा तमभ्यर्च्य सिद्धिं विन्दति मानवः. Then that Chaturvarna, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, their karmas are told. Then with these karmas, each of them propitiating their Paramatma by blessings of him, they get the Siddhi, the success. The two successes are, one success is whatever we want. Second success is the Antakara Shuddhi and the ultimate reality. So Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudrananta Parantapa Karmani Pravibhaktani Svabhava Prabhavair Gunaihi Shamodamastapa Shaucham Kshantirajam Yocha Jnana Vijnanam Astikyam Brahma Karma Svabhajam Shauryam Tejo Dhrutir Dakshyam Yuddhe Chapya Balayanam Dhanam Ishwara Bhavascha Kshatram Karma Svabhajam Krushi Gorakshivani Jam Vaishya Karma Svabhajam Paricharyatmakam Karma Shudrasyapi Svabhajam. Then Sve Sve Karmanya Virataha Siddhim Vindati Manavaha. Then Yatah Pravrittir Bhutanam Yena Sarvavidam Tadam Swakarmana Tam Abhyarchya Siddhim Vindati. That is how the shloka is. So, referring to that Smriti Shastra, here Bhashyakara says that by in this way we are propitiating Paramatma only by propitiating the Omkara. So, all of that, if you reject it at very outset, outrightly, nobody can help. But if you don't have other dissimilar thoughts or the preconceived notions or biasnesses, if the pure and fresh heart, when we listen, undoubtedly we understand the Mahima of the Om as it is said here, we respect, we develop respect for it. Then we take it for our Alambana, for Upasana. We doubt in it. So therefore, the first one is Tenayam Traividya Vartate. Second, Etaseva Aksharasya Apachityai, the Traividya Karma Vartate. So, Tacha Karma Etasyeva Aksharasya Apachityai Pujartham. That Yajna Karma is done for the puja of this Akshara only, the Omkara, the Udgita. How do you say, sir? Paramatma Pratika Metat. Because the Om is Paramatma's Pratika. Therefore, Tad Apachitihi, the Upasana of the Omkara is Paramatmana eva sa. It is a Upasana of Paramatma only. So, why that Upasana has to be done? How it helps us? Swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vendati manava iti smritehe. In that Gita, Spashta Rupena it is said. See, we are not giving you exhaustive bhashya of that shloka of Gita. वहां शंकर भगवान जी में exhaustively बताएंगे. To put it simply, when I understand to what varnashrama I belong to, and to me what are the injunctions given by the Shastra to do, as well as not to do, to only chodna hai. So to do whatever I am told. When I do them, that's called swakarmana. The doing itself is the thing which pleases the Lord, and having done it, along with the doing and the phala, when you offer it to the Lord, it is called as tamabhyarchya. तो जो भी करते हैं करोमि यद्य सकलम परस्मै नारायणाय इति समर्पयामि. That samarpana bhavana is called abhyarchana. So our doing the karma according to Vedas itself makes the Lord happy. First of all, ये जो मैं कह रहा हूँ वो कर रहा है. Then कर everything when you offer it to the Lord, that becomes upasana. So doing sadharma is sadharma. Having done the sadharma, offering it to the Lord is called upasana or archana. So swakarmana tamabhyarchana. Then the siddhim vindati manava. The human being gets siddhi. And what is the siddhi? At any level you define the siddhi, those all definitions doesn't fit the word siddhi finally. Isn't it? Because all of them are endful. Therefore, if you have to talk about the siddhi or success or achievement, it should be that which should be infinite, it should be that which should be permanent. So what is that infinite and permanent? Paramatma Tattva only. Therefore, the siddhi means Paramatma Prapti only. Therefore, how do you understand that shloka in this context? Swakarmana tamabhyarcha means by offering all our swadharma karma very well done to the Lord, we get the antakarana shuddhi. In the Shuddha antakarana, Guru comes and says one sentence, Tattvamasi, that is enough for one to realize Aham Brahmasmi. The realizing Aham Brahmasmi is the Siddhi. So that is the subject there in Gita. That is quoted here. So here in this Trayi Vidya, the propitiation is done of the Akshara. Akshara is Paramatma. Therefore, through the Akshara Upasana, Paramatma Upasana is done, and with that we get the Siddhi. Here Siddhi ki baat nahi hui na, is this mantra mein. Is only said this because of the etasya eva aksharasya tena yam trayi vidya vartate omiti ashravayati omiti shagamsati omiti udgayati etasya eva aksharasya avachitya. All of that is talked about what we are doing. What we get is not mentioned here. Here it's not mentioned, but somewhere else mentioned. So let me tell that to you and make the sentence complete. पर यज्ञ क्यों करते हैं हमें यहाँ तो बताए नहीं. वो कहते हैं सिद्धि के लिए. हाँ, कहाँ कहा कि सिद्धि के लिए? देखो गीता में कहा. और गीता में कहा ना, मैं तो पढ़ो फिर. Everything cannot be told at one place. Na? That's how we have to study maximum of them so that know where the sentences remain incomplete. Here, without the siddhi, this sentence of Shruti Mata is not complete literally. But Shruti Mata mentions it. You ask her, कहाँ बताया? अरे मेरे जो बच्चे हैं ना स्मृति ग्रंथ उसमें तुम पढ़ लो. तो यहाँ क्यों नहीं कह रहे आप? मेरा यहाँ कहने का उद्देश्य ओम का महिमा बताना है ना, तो आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन दैट. Other thing you can understand from somewhere else. Everything I can't tell you every time. Here I am in this first khanda talking about the Mahima of the Omkara, and the Stuti of the Omkara I am doing so that your heart feels devotion toward that Omkara, inclination towards that Omkara, that you start simultaneously while studying of Brahma Vidya, the Prana Upasana, so that the Antakarana Shuddhi is achieved, Adhyakarana Shuddhi is maintained, Antakarana Sukshmata is achieved, it is maintained, that Shuddhi and Sukshmata is required for your single pointed attending of Shravana, Manana, Chintana, Nididhyasana, Anubhuti. This we are very clear in our purpose. The Shruti Mata says. So therefore Shankara Bhagavan comes and tells us the reference from Gita to complete the sentence along with telling what is said here is said there also. So in this way, etasyeva aksharasya apachityai is for the upasana of the Omkara only. This Trayi Vidya karma is done. Upasana of Omkara is Upasana of Paramatma only. And when we do the Apachitya Paramatma, by his blessings, Siddhim Vindati, the result comes. That is how the system of the world working. You just have to understand it and start doing it. Then that intuitive acceptance, in course of time, it will come. Like every of the farmer has got that intuitive acceptance. What is that intuitive acceptance, sir? That's swakarmana tamabhyarchya. When I do my karma of sowing the seeds, of watering it, of applying or giving the manure, or even required any pesticides and making a fencing, these are called swakarmana tamabhyarchya. That's what he does it. When he does it, from the other side, the seed is sprouting and then slowly it is becoming a plant. Then it is yielding whatever he is wanting. This siddhi, he is not getting it by himself. It is the Lord is giving. So when I do my work from the other side, I am blessed to get the result. That intuitive acceptance happened in him. And thereafter they never question. They were whichever the crop they want, they sow the seeds and do what they have to do from their side. But the result is not coming because of what he is not sitting there and making the seed become sprouted, isn't it? He is not sitting in the tree to make the tree give the fruit or flower. वो कैसा हो रहा है वो? Isn't it? In this way, everywhere. When you from the dam to make the water fall on these turbines, and when they move, then the electricity is generated. This electricity generation is not done by any scientist who has discovered electricity. It is done by the Lord's grace. That's called Siddhi. But that is done Swamakarmana Tamabhyarcha. When you do your work as an offering or devotion with full faith, following all the discipline. Everything like I eat the food. That is Swakarmana Tamabhyarcha. After that, the food getting digested, getting assimilated, then the grossest part not wanted, within 24 hours going out of the body or 48 hours. And the food which we eat, then the dirty matter which comes out of it, see the condition of both of them. And we are not even aware how having the essence is taken out of the food, the unwanted matter is thrown out. Then the gross matter is thrown out, the subtle matter becomes the whole bodily variety of the parts along with their functions. The subtle matter of the food which we eat. The nerves, the tissues, whatever they are, how they are continuously existing because of the food only, but that siddhi of the bodily parts getting energy. You and I are not sitting and doing it consciously. हम खाना है ना, feel it, set it, forget it. The Lord is doing it. And third, the subtlemost part becomes our mind. That is why ahara shuddha sattva shuddhi. When you take sattvic ahara, your antakarna is sattvika. If it is rajasic, tamasic means our food consumed with all sense organs is tamasic, rajasic. No, that's secondary. Primarily, the siddhi of the body getting nurtured, nourished because of swamakarmana tamabhyarcha. Everywhere you apply for a job, that is swakarmana tamabhyarcha. When you get the job, that is siddhim vindati. That the Lord seated in that boss has scrutinized all your applications, credentials. He has seen that and he found you to be fit, appointment letter given. Where is the place where the siddhi is not coming from the unknown divine source? Everywhere. But for that, from here side, this side, we have to do swakarmana tamabhyarch. Think about it. I am just extending the Gita shloka's meaning, which is not required here. Here, Shankara Bhagavan's quotation is only to say that when you do the apachitiya paramatma, he will give you the result, and that apachiti is done of that paramatma through the pranava onkara. Therefore, etasya eva aksharasya apachityai trayi vidya etena aksharena eva vartate. Therefore, with the blessing of the Omkara, only the yajna is happening, and to propitiate that Omkara only, the yajna is happening. That is the stuti of the Omkara. That is the glory of that Omkara. Okay? So two things are covered. Now last one is there, Mahimna Rasena. That also we see. You know, beautiful one it is. Kimcha etasya eva aksharasya mahimna. Because of the mahima of this akshara Omkara, that the yajna is happening. What is mahimna? Mahatvena. What is the mahatva of the Omkara? Which was said in the earlier two mantras. What is that? Ki Rutvik Yajamana Ati Pranaihi Ityartaha. Here, first of all, the Rutviks who are seated, Hota, Advaryu, Udgata, Brahma, and then Yajamana, for whose desire fulfillment they are doing the yajna. All of them are alive or not? जिंदा है कि मुर्दा है वो? Alive है. What is the life in them? The prana shakti. And what is prana? In the earlier mantra we have already seen, no? That mitunam etasya akshare sagam srujyate. That was the earlier mantra we chanted. What is that earlier mantra? Yes. Tad etat mithunam om iti etasmin akshare samsrujyate. That mithunam of the prana as well as vani. And vak and prana, which is called the mithuna, and prana is the yoni of the Rigveda, and vag is the yoni of the Samaveda. Sorry, vag is the yoni of the Rigveda, prana is of Samaveda. That vak prana are etasmin akshare samsrujyate, we have already seen. Therefore, the mere fact that they are alive is because of the prana, and the prana is because of Omkara. Without prana, they cannot do that yajna only. So therefore, kimcha etasya aksharasya mahimna means mahatvena means rutvik yajamanadi pranaihi ityartha. The prana is life also. The prana is the prana shakti inside also. Isn't it? The life is because of Paramatma, but they are seated and chanting the mantras, and the Yajamana is offering the ahutis. All of that is happening because of the prana shakti. Prana already we have discussed earlier. प्राण का दो मीनिंग होते हैं. साक्षात परमात्मा himself is prana, then the prana shakti also is prana. With Paramatma not existing, the life itself is not there. Without the prana shakti, the action cannot be there. Therefore, they are alive, so वो प्राणी है, मुर्दा नहीं है वो लोग, and they are doing the work. All the Hota, Advaryu, Udgata, Brahma, whatever the movements they are doing, whatever the arrangements they are doing, they are all doing because of alive. And that life force, the prana shakti, is from the Omkar. Therefore, Mahimna means because of Om only they are alive, because of Om only they are empowered, that they are able to do whatever they are. Who are they? Rutvik and Yajamanadi. Rutvik is Hota, Advari, Udgata, Brahma. Yajamana is the one for whom they are doing that yajna. Like the Rushya Shranga, then Vasishta, then the Vamadeva, they are the Rutviks. Yajamana is Dasharathji. The yajna done is Putra Kameshti yajna. So is the Yajamana Dasharatha alive? Alive. Is he doing the action? Yes, action. To do the action, the prana is required or not? Yes. The other also were chanting the mantras, organizing the things. For that they have to have the prana shakti or not? Yes. That prana shakti is there because of that Om. That is the meaning of Mahimna. So, Rutvik Yajamanadi Pranaihi Ityartha. That is Mahimna. Now, what is the Rasena? Second one, interesting. Rasena is what? Tatha etasya eva aksharasya rasena. Okay. Rasena means what? Vrihiyavadi rasa nirvrutena havisha ityartaha. So whatever the havihi they are offering, the oblations, whether it is the ghee, whether it is the navadhanyas, whether it is the homa dravya ityadi, they are all coming from the vrihi only, from the plant kingdom only. Is it not? Here, how do you relate it to the Omkara? It is yaga homadi havisha ityartaha yaga homadi aksharena kriyate. So, because of the Omkara rasa only, all the gross items that are utilized for the yajna also are created. That is the meaning of rasa. Tacha, how? Because when you offer the oblations into the Agni, the oblations which are offered, the ahutis, tacha adityam upatishtate, they go to the Bhagavan Surya, tataha vrishtyadi kramena, then that offered oblations having gone to the Aditya, again from there, tataha vrishtyadi kramena, from the rains, etc., it comes back. Then prana annam cha jayate. The life also is happening in the beings and the food also is coming because of these offerings only. Therefore, pranaihi annena cha yajnaha tayate. So all the objects that are there are uh, as well as the living beings that are there. Both are because of the prana, and the prana is because of the pranava. Therefore, the gross objects are because of Omkara, the living beings also are Omkara. Therefore, only the yajna is happening. And the yajna is happening for the sake of the propitiation of Omkara only, because only when he blesses, we get the Siddhim Vindati Manava. And even while doing it, the यज्ञ के में समय में शमसनम आश्रवणम इत्यादि also are done by the Om. Therefore, the dravya is by the Omkara. The people who are alive there, that is because of Omkara. And the Shakti in them, because of which they are doing is Omkara. Then the actual action of the Ashravanam, Shamsanam, and Udganam also is because of Om. Therefore, the entire yajna, which is the giver of phalas to us, is happening because of Om. The one Somayaga yajna is example given. Extend it to entire universe in this world. In this world, first of all, anything happening is yajna only. Second thing, that is happening because of the Omkara, for the blessing of the Omkara, for that particular jiva. Whether it is a bird flying, it is a yajna. Whether it is going and having some food, it's a yajna. Anybody doing anything in this world is yajna only. First, the deep understanding has to come. And that the divine work called yajna brought to a mundane worldliness because of our ego, because of our doing it for our own selfishness. That also very gross bhoga adi, and in that also all what you call criminalities or all the dishonesties have come. Therefore, the every karma should be yajna karma. The sanctity of that is destroyed. That is because of our delusion, our non-thinking, our non-understanding. When you deeply think, when you correctly understand, we know all this is nonsense, which is manipulated. We can do away with it. It's not required. Like in an office, the 10 people are working, a bank, dekho. So many people are in the bank, right from the manager, the cashier, the teller, and the other ones. अरे सीधा जो कस्टमर्स आ रहे हैं उनके लिए जो काम है करते जाओ तुम्हें तुम्हारा सैलरी मिल रहा है दिस इज यज्ञ कर्म और एनी गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस या पेंशन ऑफिस लेट्स से the people are seated there, the pensioner goes there, applies and all that. Scrutinize karo, pass on karo, and it goes to the officer, he sanctions it, and then unko a check they will encash it. This is called yajna karma. You are meant for that. But do they do that? They trouble the pensioner. They tell him to come tomorrow, day after, out of their laziness. You can never afford to be lazy. You are bound. If it's, your office timings are from morning 9 to evening 5, these 8 hours you have to work only in the office. मुझे चाय पीने के लिए जाना है इसके लिए that's how they waste the time and therefore they tell that person to come tomorrow day after. That is the viruddha of the yajna karma. Not only that, they want some perks, they want something under the table. ये सब कोई शास्त्र में लिखा नहीं ना. So that all is polluting that yajna karma. So to a politician, he's elected, he's given a power, he's given all the money, he's given all the permission. Now you rule the country. So he must know what is there in my country, what is required at what place. Therefore, the budget or the other human resources he'll have to employ for that. What is the need of any power mongering, their corruption, their putting their common wealth in his pocket? In सबकी कहाँ जरूरत है वो? Especially these people are already without asking only are given big big bungalows, so much of salary, respect, petrol मिलता है, गाड़ी मिलता है, बंगला मिलता है, servants मिलते हैं. If not for that bewakufi, why should they take the public money into their banks? That is called the corruption. That is because only ignorance. That is only our delusion. These two prevail when we don't deeply think and understand. But I am already given that now. Why I am seeking? And that also for what purpose? Isn't it? As the age grows, we cannot even eat the food properly. Car खरीदते हो लेकिन you cannot go out. It's only a delusion, isn't it? The highest understanding is for my survival, whatever is required minimum, that alone I should possess. Anything other than that is delusion. And for that extra possession only, one becomes corrupt. Because of that, the most sanctified divine activity of his duty called as yajna, it becomes impurified. Because of that, he also suffers because the one is watching. Then the whole, what do you call, the system also gets corrupted. Then the people who are supposed to get these services on time, they are denied of that. In the whole country, the chaos prevails. It's a big subject, but once in a while we can touch that also. These are all extensions which are not purpose of these Upanishads. Upanishad purpose is the Om Stuti is done, and because of Omkara only, the Traividya Vartate. For the sake of the Om's Upasana only, the Traividya is done. In the Traividya doing, the living beings and their energies are because of Om, and all the Dravya also are because of the Om. In that way, everything that is said by the Vedas as a part of Traividya is happening by the Omkara for the sake of Omkara to invoke the Krupa of the Omkara. That is the Stuti of Om. Such Om we can take for your Upasana. Isn't it? इससे ज्यादा और क्या कहेंगे हमारे ऋषि लोग to convince us about Mahima of Om. Still we don't listen and understand because our minds are conditioned. At somewhere or the other. Biased. One conditioning is somewhere else we are hooked up, other condition is we are Nastika. We are non-believers. We don't want to believe in something which is unseen. Whereas everything is happening because of the unseen only. Like I am talking to you. Do you see what thoughts are there in me before they get manifested? But without my thoughts, can the words can happen? So if you say that I don't believe your mind, it is ignorance only because without the mind unseen to you, in me, how can the words come out? Without the intellect, how can the mind work? Without the individuality, how can the intellect work? Without the totality, how can the individuality work? Without the Paramatma, how can the totality, individuality can express? These are the big thinkings. When one becomes pure in the heart, for the sheer sake of knowledge, he becomes contemplative. All these subtler things he will grasp. बट हमारा काम यहाँ ओम का महिमा समझाने. सो इस श्लोक में ये सब हो चुका है. गुड, वी हैव डन वन श्लोक टुडे completely. So pranaihi annena cha yajnah sthayate atha uchyate aksharasya mahimna rasena iti. So because of the prana and because of the anna, the yajna is successfully achieved. That is why atha uchyate, that's why it is said aksharasya mahimna rasena iti. Because of the mahima and rasa of this Omkara Akshara only, that the yajna, the Traividya is accomplished. So, mahimna rasena means pranaihi annena. So to apachitya means for the sake of that Omkara's upasana or puja. So to Traividya vartate because of it, because Omkar se hi ashravanam, shagamsanam and udganam happens. So because of Om, 1, 2, 3, these will happen. And for the upasana of the Om only, the yajna is done. And the yajna doing yajamana ityadi as well as dravya, all of them have come from that Om only. Therefore, whatever is there in Trividya is done because of Om. That is the Mahima of the Omkara, Stuti of the Omkara. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll see the 10th mantra. In that, a very powerful, beautiful discussions come. है ना? एक बात तो ये जहाँ जो मंत्र आता है ना, often that is quoted by the great saints etc. कि what is that, यदेव विद्यया करोति श्रद्धया उपनिषदा तदेव वीर्यवत्तरम भवति, one of the oft quoted mantra of this Upanishad. What is that? Let us see tomorrow. Homework to you is from mantra 1 up to this, whatever the Mahima of the Omkara said, point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, जितने भी आप लिख सकते हो लिख लो आपके रेफरेंस के लिए, है ना? All of them should be understood by intellect, and that intellectual understanding should go into the heart, and in the heart the bhakti shraddha for the Omkara should generate. With that generated bhakti shraddha, start doing the upasana for the elimination of all antakarana ashuddhis and maintaining the antakarana in its optimum level of conditioning for it to do the Shravana Manana Chintana of the Parabrahma Vastu. Our goal is not Omkara Upasana. It is only means. Through that, antakarana shuddhi is achieved. Shuddha antakarana is not our goal, but it's a necessary thing. With the antakarana shuddhi, we have to do the Tattva Shravana Chintana, and that also is not our goal. Our goal is Nididhyasanam, and Nididhyasana also is an effort. Through that, we reject what we are not and we abide in what we are. That is the final goal. Om, 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 Om. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Upanishad study is done. The remaining things we do. See, देखो, whether you are Shiva Bhakta, Rama Bhakta, Krishna Bhakta, किसी ने कहा तभी तो आप मान रहे हो ना. You have not seen them. किसी ग्रंथ में लिखा है, वो पढ़कर ही आप मान रहे हो ना. You have not seen it. So too about the Omkara, the rishis are saying, the Shruti Mata is saying. Isn't it? We were not there in the Sri Krishna Avatara Kala. कोई ग्रंथ में है किसने बोला, and we have repeatedly we listened that, therefore we developed Krishna Bhakti. That's the only thing. It's in our mind. And that's why you have Krishna Bhakti only, not Shiva and Rama, because you never heard that. And the one who have Rama Bhakti, he has Rama Bhakti, not Krishna and Shiva, because he never heard them. Somebody never heard any Devata, they never have the Bhakti. Somebody have some other god in their other religion. You understand? Finally, it comes from the authority of somebody who is experienced and some Shastra. And for a Hindu Sanatan Dharmi, the Vedas are the ultimate Shastras and the Rishis are the ultimate authority. So in the Veda, Samaveda, in the Upanishad, this topic is coming and given to us by the Parampara of the Rishis, starting from then till now. What more authority required for us to believe in what is said? Finally, whatever you listen, you have to understand. Even after understanding, you have to believe or have faith. Then only you will practice it. Practice gives result with Shraddha. The purpose of the Shastras is to make us a practical doers. All of them. Then the result of Antakarana Shuddhi comes. Then you have to also do the Shravana Manana Chintana. Thereafter we reach to that where there is nothing doing. You are that all. That's very good. Now let us do our Krishna Vasudeva. Next sadhana, Veda Parayanam. How many mantras yesterday you learned? Swamiji, we never learn. We just listen and forget. Okay. How many mantras you have forgotten yesterday? Swamiji, when you have forgotten, how can we tell? ओके महात्मा लोग, गलती हो गई, माफ करना. आपको पूछ के मैं खुद देख लेता. Right. Now you are right, Swami. That is why we love you. Because you never ask us, you never tell us. You just close your eyes and do your job. We also चाय पीते हुए खाना खाते हुए ब्रह्म विद्या पढ़ते हैं. ओम 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 ओम. Om is the one from whom all the Devata names come, all the Devata forms come, all the Devatas Shaktis come, with which those Devatas do their Leelas only in their particular period, only towards the particular devotees. Your Rama cannot help the Krishna Bhakta or Shiva Bhakta. But whether it is Krishna Bhakta helped by Krishna, Rama Bhakta helped by Rama, is helped by Om only, because Krishna and Rama are there because of Om. Therefore, Om is ultimate. That's it. You do worship of your Krishna and Rama. When they come, you ask them, Tum great ho ki Om great ho? They'll say Om only great. Isn't it? In that way, we have to develop our faith in this. Okay. Second mantra. Two mantras I did yesterday. I remember it. Unfortunate I am. Sometimes I remember things. Not so lucky like you. Third mantra. Om Abhihimanyo Tavasastaviyan. Om Abhihimanyo Tavasastaviyan. Tavasa Yuja Vijahi Shatruna. Tavasa Yuja Vijahi Shatruna. Amitraha Vrutraha Dasyuhacha. Amitraha Vrutraha Dasyuhacha. विश्वावसून्याभरा त्वं नः विश्वावसून्याभरा त्वं नः अवीहिमन्यो तपसस्तवीयान् अवीहिमन्यो तवसस्तवीयान् तपसा युजा विजहि शत्रून् अमित्रः वृत्रः दस्युहा च विश्वावसून्याभरा त्वं नः अवीहिमन्यो तपसस्तवीयान् तपसा युजा विजहि शत्रून् अमित्रः वृत्रः दस्युहा च विश्वावसून्याभरा त्वं नः. नेक्स्ट. त्वं हि मन्यो अविभूत्योजाः त्वं हि मन्यो अविभूत्योजाः स्वयंभूर्भामो अभिमातिशाहः स्वयंभूर्भामो अभिमातिशाहः विश्वचर्षणिः सहुरिः सहीयान् विश्वचर्षणिः सहुरिः सहीयान् अस्मासु ओजः पृतनासु धेहि अस्मासु ओजः पृतनासु धेहि त्वं हि मन्यो अविभूत्योजाः स्वयंभूर्भामो अभिमातिशाहः विश्वचर्षणिः सहुरिः सहीयान् अस्मासु ओजः पृतनासु धेहि त्वं हि मन्यो अविभूत्योजाः स्वयंभूर्भामो अभिमातिशाहः विश्वचर्षणिः सहुरिः सहीयान् अस्मास्वोजः पृतनासु धेहि. Fourth mantra, fourth and fifth. अभागः सन्नपपरेतो अस्मि अभागः सन्नपपरेतो अस्मि तव क्रत्वात विशस्य प्रचेतः तव क्रत्वात विशस्य प्रचेतः तन्त्वामन्यो अक्रतुर्जिहीढाहं तन्त्वामन्यो अक्रतुर्जिहीढाहं स्वातनोर्बलदावान एहि स्वातनोर्बलदावान एहि अभागः सन्नपपरेतो अस्मि तव क्रत्वात विशस्य प्रचेतः तन्त्वामन्यो अक्रतुर्जिहीढाहं स्वातनूर्बलः दावान देहि न एहि अभागः सन्नपपरेतो अस्मि तव क्रत्वात विशस्य प्रचेतः तन्त्वामन्यो अक्रतुर्जिहीढाहं स्वातनूर्बलदावान एहि. Sixth. अयन्ते अस्मि अपन एह्यर्वाङ् अयन्ते अस्म्यपन एह्यर्वाङ् प्रतीचीनः सहुरे विश्वदावन् प्रतीचीनः सहुरे विश्वदावन् मन्यो वज्रिन् अभिन आ ववृत्स्व. मन्यो वज्रिन्नभिन आववृत्स्व हनावदस्यून् ऋतवोऽध्यापे हनावदस्यूं ऋतवोऽध्यापे हयन्ते अस्मि अप न एह्यर्वाङ् प्रतीचीन सहुरे विश्वदावन् मन्यो वज्रिन् अभिन आववृत्स्व हनावदस्यून् ऋतवोऽध्यापे हयन्ते अस्मि अपन एह्यर्वाङ् प्रतीचीन सहुरे विश्वदावन् मन्यो वज्रिन् अभिन आववृत्स्व अनावदस्यून् ऋतवोऽध्यापे लास्ट मंत्र अविप्रेहि दक्षिणतो भवान् अविप्रेहि दक्षिणतो भवान् नोधा वृत्राणि जङ्घना बभूरि नोधा वृत्राणि जङ्घना बभूरि जुहोमि ते धरुणं मध्वो अग्रम् जुहोमि ते धरुणं मध्वो अग्रम् उभावुपां सुप्रथमापि भाव उभावुपां सुप्रथमापि भाव अविप्रेहि दक्षिणतो भवान् ओधा वृत्राणि जङ्गना बभूरि जुहोमि ते धरुणं मध्वो अग्रम् उभावुपां सुप्रथमापि भाव अविप्रेहि दक्षिणतो भव नोधा वृत्राणि जङ्गना बभूरि जुहोमि ते धरुणं मध्वो अग्रम् उभावुपां सुप्रथमापि भाव ओम शांति शांति शांति। एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं। कृष्ण वासुदेवा। ओम यस्ते मन्यो अविधद्वज्रसायक सह ओजः पुष्यति विश्वमानुषग साख्यामदा समार्यन्त्वया युजा वयं सहस्कृतेन सहसा सहस्वता मन्युरिन्द्रो मन्युरेवासदेवो मन्युर्होता वरुणो जातवेदाः मन्युं विषयीणते मानुषीर्याः पाहि नो मन्यो तपसा सजोषाः हवीहि मन्यो तपसस्तवीयान् तपसा युजा विजहि शत्रून् अमित्रः वृत्रः दस्युहा च विश्वावसून्या भरा त्वं नः त्वं हि मन्यो अभिभूत्योजाः स्वयंभूर्भामो अभिमातिशाः विश्वचर्षणिः सहुरिः सहीयान् अस्मासु ओजः पृतनासु देहि अभागः सन्नपपरेतो अस्मि तव क्रत्वात विषस्य प्रचेतः तन्त्वामन्यो अक्रतुर्जिहीढाहं स्वातनूर्बलदावान एहि अयन्ते अस्मि अपन एह्यर्वाङ् प्रतीचीन सहुरे विश्वदावन् मन्यो वज्रिन् अभिन आ ववृत्स्व हनावदस्यून् ऋतवोऽध्यापे अभिप्रेहि दक्षिणतो भवान् भव नोधा वृत्राणि जङ्गन्हावभूरि अहोम जुहोमि ते धरुणं मध्वो अग्रम् उभावुपां सुप्रथमापि भाव ओम शांति शांति शांति। कृष्ण वासुदेव। ओम नमो नारायणाय। Which is the Rishi today we'll chant about? The Rishi will be Maudgalya Rishi. Okay? This Maudgalya Rishi also, he himself belongs to the Mudgala Vamsha. So therefore he himself is called Maudgalya. Okay? He belongs to Angirasa Vamsha. You know? He is a Brahmaveta, Dharmagna, Yajnakarta and Rishi. Now also we can see people when you go to a temple, when the Panditji utters the Sankalpa, one of the bhaktas have that Maudgala Gotra. So plenty, lakhs and crores are there belonging to Maudgalya Gotra. Okay. For us, this Upanishad which is saying in the Chandogya itself, in that the Glava Maitreya and Maudgala Rishi, in between them also the Brahma Vidya Sambhashana, we see that. So too in the Kaushitaki Brahmana also the Maudgalya Rishi's Prasanga comes. In the Apastamba Sutra, Bodhayana Sutra and Ashvalayana Sutra also Maudgalya Rishi Prastavana comes. So too in the Mahabharata, Maudgalya Rishi is said to be the greatest of the Data, greatest of the Tapasvi, greatest of Satyanishta, And because of his Vairagya and all these gunas, even Devatas have praised this Maudgalya Rishi. Okay, in the Bhagavad Purana also, the Mudgala Rishi and his tapas and Vairagya are specially mentioned. Therefore, Vedadhyayana Pariraksha, Yajna Sampradayaka, Brahma Vidya Bodhakaha, then Udgita Upasa Pracharakaha, Udgita Upasana, Dharmacharana Adarsha, all these are the glorious qualities of this Maudgalya Rishi. So, he has continued the Gruhe Sutra Sampradayam, Vedadhyayana Parampara, Udgita Vidya Bodha. They are the ones credited to him. Okay. When we do his upasana, we also like him, become interested in the Veda Dhyanadi, interested in Yajna Dana Tapasyadi, interested in Paramatma Prapti. Every Rishi, Gayatri mantras we are chanting only to become like them. जो वेद अध्ययन करने वाले, वेद ज्ञान पाने वाले, वेदोक्त पारमार्थिक तत्व जानने वाले. And all these rishis regularly, when remember, it has its influence definitely in our antakarana of empowering it, modifying it, purifying it, divinizing it. With that Shraddha only we are doing. Okay. Om Veda Tattvaya Vidmahe Vairagya Nirataya Dhimahi Tanno Maudgalya Maharshi Prachodayat. ठीक है. वेद तत्वाय विद्महे वैराग्य निरताय. वेद तत्वाय वैराग्य निरताय. वेद तत्वाय वैराग्य निरताय. Remember that. Om Shri Parabrahma Paramatma Sarupa Maudgalya Maharshaye Namaha. Dhyayami Abahayami Sthapayami Pujayami. Chitra Chamaradin Samarpayami. Shaktopachara Bhaktopacharatin Samarpayami. Om Shri Maudgalya Maharshaye Namaha. Namaskaromi. Tava Charano Sharanagatasmi. Mam Raksha Raksha iti. माम आत्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कुरु इति मम आत्मानुभवेन मुक्तिं प्रदेहीति प्रार्थयामि. तथा च भारतवर्षस्य वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः सनातनधर्मस्यापि संरक्षणाभिवृद्धि विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम वेदतत्त्वाय विद्महे वैराग्यनिरताय धीमहि तन्नो मौद्गल्य महर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ओम मौद्गल्य महर्षिः नमः. नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि. मां रक्ष रक्ष इति मम आत्मानुभवेन मुक्तिं प्रदेहीति प्रार्थयामि. भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दव संस्कृतेः समस्त विश्वस्य मानवजातेः अपि संरक्षणं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि. ओम मौद्गल्य महर्षे नमः. 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 Om Maudgalya Maharshe Namaha, Om Maudgalya Maharshe Namaha, Om Maudgalya Maharshe Namaha, Om Maudgalya Maharshe Namaha, Om Maudgalya Maharshe Namaha. So in that way, last one sadhana is done. Last one is common sense thought. What common sense thought we can discuss today? And only one hint we will give, lack of time. Think about it. Okay, sentence I will say. Explanation I will not give much. You do the work on that with faith, using your own discretion, intelligence, in your own interest. The sentence of today for common sense thought is, what good I can do from now onwards for myself. What good I can do for myself now onwards. What good I can do for myself from this moment onwards. Big subject. If already I am doing, add to that. What is the higher and greater good I can do for myself? In that, the inquiry about what we have done so far with myself, how much bad we have done for myself, that also we can remember and drop it. And with all the resources, abilities, what good I can do to myself, we can have a big discussion on that. Okay. In that myself at the gross level, the body, etc., you can talk about. But more, because we are in this class, what can good I can do to myself as a spiritual seeker, that special thing you think. What good I can do to myself at the body level is start your good exercises and discipline of the food and regularize your daily schedule so that the body is healthy, long living. That's the good you are doing to yourself. But more than that, we talk about spiritually. What good I can do to myself, to the intellect. I can give more and more Shastra Jnana, that the intellect is full up to the brim level with the Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa Jnana. It is overwhelming only with that. That's a good we can do it. Start little, hota hai. What good I can do to my own mind? And remove that raga, dveshadi, disease causing, dukkha causing negativities from our own mind. And give that mind all the beautiful values. That's a good we can do to our own selves. So finally, what good I can do myself is spiritually lifting my identity from the worldliness to the spiritual truth. Isn't it? Then lot of punya karma we do. Our next life will be better. That also doing good to myself. Isn't it? In a disciplined manner, when I live in this world will love me. That is a good I am doing to myself. When I do lots of upasana, the Ishvara will bless me. No, that's a good I am doing to myself. Okay, the focus mainly on the mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. What good I can do to them. मन के लिए, बुद्धि के लिए, चित्त के लिए, अहंकार के लिए, what can I do? For the chitta, it is the yoga marga. For the buddhi, it is jnana marga. For the ahankara, it is the bhakti marga. For the mana, it is the karma yoga marga. By involving in karma yoga, I do good to my mana. By involving in jnana yoga, I will do good to my buddhi. By the yoga sadhana of yamaniyamadi, I do good to my chitta by removing all the dushta samskara. And through surrender to the Lord, I do good to my own ego. Hint also is given. Think about it. मैं मेरे लिए क्या कर सकता हूँ? Again, मेरे लिए rise above the body senses. Even there also misunderstanding. Doing good to myself, we feel that giving bhoga to ourselves. That mistake we have to rectify. Remember that word which I used 25 days back, 30 days back. I remember that word I used. What is that? Two things I used the word on that day. One word one day, next day another day. The two words used were Either we are in a coma of not knowing exactly what to do, or we are in a trance of doing exactly what we are not supposed to do. These two words I'm conscious even now I remember that. The Lord gave those words. I'm in a trance of doing all the nonsense. What is the biggest trance? The life is for bhoga. It is a trance. You are caught up in that web. No, no, no. Not for bhoga. Like you have a very good sweet. I must eat that sweet. That's a bhoga pravriti. No. You can offer it to the Lord. You can give it to others also. Who told you that is only for your bhoga? That in that only there is happiness. देखो उपाधि तादात्म्य makes us a bhogi. Bhogas strengthen our upadhi tadatmya. Put together they bind us as jiva to samsara. The one who catches it, he is subtle. He is growing. On him, the Guru, Daiva Shastra, Kripa is happening. That he is no more loitering only in the listening and forgetting, but he is becoming subtler in receiving the messages through the words. We should not listen to the words. Through the words, what message we have to receive, that's important to our intellect. So therefore, what good I can do to myself from now onwards? Change the value system, change the behavioral system, change the character from non-positive to the positive. और रोते रोते रहने वाले की वजह start happy, becoming happy. Because instead of demanding from the people, you yourself become the giver. Isn't it? What good I can do to myself? Instead of sleeping like buffalo 20 hours per day, let me become a fellow human being to work 24 hours and take 20 hours and take rest for 4 hours. That's a good I can do to myself. The 20 hours, how much of the work we can do, or 18 hours? What are we doing? What is the productivity yesterday? Pura din bhar dekha. What is the outcome? What is the productivity? Nothing. He ate food for 20 times, watched TV, and here and there walking. इतना ज्यादा खाया कि उसको हजम करने के लिए चलते गए, फिर हजम हो गया, फिर खाते गए. And all doctors tell that also. Walk 2 hours per day, this, that. Everything they have yoga oriented. And some of the people are not even helping at home. And the wife is struggling so much in doing those that this fellow does nothing to her. What's a sheer waste of human life? And such one who cannot help wife at home, he can never help the country or the nation or the world. I'm just telling about what way I can help myself. Think about it. It's a very crucial topic. So much crucial that it misses out of our attention. अपने लिए मैं क्या भला कर सकता हूँ? What good I can do to me? What bhoga nahi? Good. What shreyas I can do to myself? Like Arjuna asks, yet shreyas. What shreyas I can do? We never thought about it. We are given data hundreds and thousands of times, even every day in the class. But we are not thinking in this line with this data received, how I can do something good for me. And in this world, by us, if somebody is worstly neglected, not care it is there, oh, we ourselves. World is not neglecting me. The world is providing me everything. The Lord Sun is giving sunlight. The Varuna is giving the rain. The wind god is giving the wind. The Bhumata is giving the food. The government is taking care. Everybody is doing things for me. If at all somebody is neglecting me myself, I only. I am not caring myself. You understand? Focus on ourselves. What good I can do to myself from now onwards. For today, for tomorrow, for next month, for next year, for next life, for the lives to come. Think it will be lot of subtle things will be revealed to you, which you have already heard, but they are all latent. They are not surfacing. Because to surface the latent abilities, there should be a line of thinking, there should be a goal. A topic should be given. The topic is given. मैं मेरा भला कैसे किस तरह से इस पल से कर सकता हूँ. You can think about your sharira also, doesn't matter. It's a part of it, but don't get stuck up there. What good I can do to this spiritual seeker in me? That is my expectation. Other things, your choice. And to complement it, what bad I have done so far for me, because of which I am continuously suffering. थोड़ा डेटा के लिए हेल्प करेगा, वो भी थोड़ा सोच लेना. थैंक यू. ओम पूर्णमदः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. It's a big topic. It can be made into many subtopics and discussed for a few days. You do that. Om Shanti.